So I was coming home from a funeral in upstate New York one year, and I was doing the regular old 65 miles an hour as usual on Interstate 90 called the Thruway. And everyone's passing me at 80 as usual. I was like, where are the cops? There are no cops. And after a bunch of people pass me, all of a sudden they move over in the right lane and they slow down to 55. And now I'm passing them and I'm still doing 65. And I'm like, what's going on? Is there like a fire truck? Well, not a fire truck, but is there an ambulance coming? Is there a police car coming to chase them down? And I'm getting ready to slow down to let the cop go by. I look around, there's nobody. And then I realize, oh, it's raining pretty hard and I can see perfectly fine, but they must not be able to see because I got this new Rain-X I put on my windshield and on the mirrors and the back window too, and the side windows too. And turns out they can't see what they're doing. They can't even see to drive 55, and sometimes they drive even it's like 35, 45, and I'm like, what's going on? I'm doing fine at 65, even in a downpour. Well, here, see, I couldn't prove that it was working because the windshield was clean the whole time. But here we go. It's 20 miles an hour, 25, 30, 35. When I get to 40, these drops will start to move. And sometimes they move at 30. It just depends on how much you put on and how well you buff it. But if like you got a tailwind, like here, boom, it's clean. Look at that. So if you have a tailwind, you might have to drive 40, 45. If you have a headwind, you might only have to do 30. But look at this. Here I'm doing like 39, as I recall. And boom, it's so clean. Look at that. That's so beautiful. And this Rain-X product is in the blue plastic bottle, but it's like milk. You can see through the blue plastic. And it looks like you got milk in there. And it's really good. But there is a couple of issues. One, it collects dust. It attracts dust. So don't use it in Arizona, Southern California, West Texas, New Mexico. It's so dusty out there. And but you don't need it. It doesn't rain either. And another issue is that it'll look a little dark. Like if you put it on real thick and you don't buff it out all the way, it'll be a little bit dark and might have trouble driving at night if you already have trouble driving at night. So you just buff it out really well, and it does fine. It might not last as long if you buff it out. So, but with the way I do it, I drove 500 miles upstate New York in downpours almost the whole way, mostly, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York. And then I came home in a hurricane. It was the remnants of some hurricane like Ike or Ivan or Isis or whatever, some hurricane. And I mean, gee whiz, you couldn't even see if you were running the wipers. It was so bad. And so that was 1,000 miles because it's 500 miles one way. And then I came home through Pittsburgh, and it was probably 600 miles coming home. And so it was like 1,100 miles altogether, and that kind of wore it down. It wouldn't quite be this good at home, so I had to reapply it. But that's not bad, really. 1,000 miles, downpours for like an extended weekend. I mean, it's really good stuff. Anyway, let's cue up this video from Interstate 90. So here I am doing a 65 or 70, can't remember which. And it's very light rain, and this brown SUV just passes. And, he can see fine. He probably is running his wipers once every few seconds. And I got the Rain-X, so it's doing fine. There's not that many drops. But you'll see here, and hopefully pretty quick here. Well, it's actually going to be a while. You can go... You can go yell at your kids for a moment if you want to wait for this guy to get passed back. But oh, here comes the rain. It's starting to come down a little harder. Oh, a little harder. See those big drops? There is one other issue when the sun is shining really bright in your face, and the clouds are all white. It makes a lot of glare from all those tiny, tiny little drops on there. The big drops, no problem, but the billions and billions of tiny drops makes it kind of hard to see. So this is the absolute worst vision or visibility I've ever had with Rain-X. and I didn't have to slow down at all. Oh, here he comes. You can see him. Same brown SUV. I think it's an Enclave. Who knows for sure. There he goes. Can't see what's going on. And so this guy probably passed me too. Look at all that rain. I mean, they can't see what's going on. And visibility for you with Rain-X isn't really much worse. And notice I haven't hit the wiper blades at all. This is so great. I love it. I love it. And I don't make a dime from this company. I just think it'd be really great for safety if people used Rain-X, drove about the speed limit, and didn't drive freaking 80 everywhere. But as you can see, it's like, oh, here, the rain's letting up, so this guy's speeding up. Look at him, he's speeding up. He's thinking of passing me, but he's behind a semi or a bus or something. So yeah, as you can see, they can't see what they're doing. Rain-X, baby, I can see just fine with Rain-X. As you can see, they were having trouble doing 35 miles an hour. The speedometer says about 32-ish. Yeah, Rain-X, get it. It's great. So don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and maybe I can get enough viewers to actually make money, because Rain-X isn't paying me anything. Rain-X, baby, I can see just fine with Rain-X.